Melissa started her private clutter clearing journey in September 2020 and completed it in October 2022. This means she's cleared all her clutter and created the habits she needs to stay clutter-free forever. In summary, Melissa completely cleared 11 rooms and areas that had been completely cluttered for 23 years. These included a hallway, stairs, landing, kitchen, lounge room, dining room, 3 bedrooms, an attic, and a double garage. Melissa's email inbox is now below 100 read and unread emails. 83% of all the clutter that she categorized and sorted came off her clutter conveyor belt. Over 42 black sacks of donations have been given to her local charity shop. She's had 21 trees planted in her name with the Paperwork Reward Challenge because she shredded over 105 black sacks of paperwork clutter. With the weekly shopping challenge that she's done on her 7-step journey, Melissa started saving over £80 or $95 a week by the end of step 1, which covered the cost of her monthly private journey membership. As a direct result of doing her weekly paperwork clutter clearing sessions, by the end of step 2, Melissa had cancelled 2 monthly payments and 1 annual payment on her bank account, payments that she didn't even know were being taken and which saved her a further £250 or $300 a month. These included 1 insurance, 2 magazine subscriptions, 1 health insurance that was actually covered by another health insurance. Melissa also discovered that she was paying $50 a month into a high-interest savings account that she had set up over 10 years before, but didn't realise that she'd done that because she wasn't spending regular time on doing her paperwork or finances. The money from this enabled her to get her garden landscaped once she'd cleared all her clutter. By the end of her journey, Melissa had saved enough money to get her boiler fixed, new flooring, and new bedroom furniture. Melissa took longer to complete step 1 of her journey than she took to complete step 7. She experienced the resistance and giving up habit that most journey members experience during step 1. And she says she only kept going because she didn't want to let her grandchildren down, who she'd promised could come and stay once she'd cleared her clutter. She had a clutter-free Christmas party in December 2022 with friends, family, neighbours, and the Christmas tree that she had always dreamed of having in her lounge. In fact, she had 3, 1 in the hallway, 1 in the lounge, and 1 in the dining room, because she could. They were all real Christmas trees, so they came off her clutter conveyor belt after Christmas and didn't need to be stored. Melissa started her private journey in September 2020. As Melissa explains, succeeding at completing my 7-step journey was a time of mixed emotions. I was so proud that I'd finally done it after 23 years and not given up like I always had before. I was so impatient to deal with the big and bulky backlog clutter when I tried to do it on my own. I struggled to accept that we actually start with understanding why we struggle with our clutter first. But when, by the peak of step 2, when I'd done a month of paperwork clutter clearing sessions and was finally dealing with my new and incoming paperwork and my finances, and I'd got used to getting my bank statements as a paper copy instead of relying on the app or online statements, I was shocked to discover just how many payments I had going out of my bank account that I didn't even remember or know about. I hadn't realised how much I was spending on my weekly grocery and online shopping, often shopping 3 or 4 times a week. It's as if I didn't even acknowledge that online or TV shopping was even shopping. No wonder I had so many things when I did the shopping challenge stock list. I donated quite a lot of excess food to a local food bank who were able to redistribute it to people who needed it more than I did during the pandemic, which was good and made me feel like letting go of my clutter was actually helping others. The real shock was when I discovered I was making a monthly deposit into a high-interest savings account that I didn't even remember. I assumed it was fraud until the bank told me it was set up 10 years ago And then I suddenly remembered. I must have set it up when I was still working and just forgotten about it, which made me feel really bad that I was telling everyone I had no money when in fact I wasn't managing the money I had. At the same time, I felt ecstatic when I found out how much money had built up in that savings account because I'd forgotten about it. Claire always talks about how lots of littles make a lot. Well, it turns out $50 a month over 10 years in a high interest account adds up to a lot as well. As a result of realizing how a little can become a lot, I've actually set up savings accounts for my 3 grandchildren so that they can have a nice little lump sum in 10 years' time. I also realised that my justification for buying lots of things at the charity shop added it up to a lot of wasted money. I told myself that it was just $1 or $5. It was a treat. But actually, $5 a week is still $260 a year. And I spent a lot more than just $5 a week, I can tell you. I've had a lot of light bulb moments and realizations about my now old habits on my journey. And not just what I did, but the way I thought about things. I told myself for years that the only help that would work for me was having someone in my home physically helping me. But I tried that and it was such a negative, stressful experience. On the journey, I've been in control throughout. I've been able to go at my own pace, and Claire's never put me under pressure. She just quietly supported me, making sure I never entered the panic zone or gave up. My priorities have definitely changed, just like my clutter-free goal got clearer and clearer, better and better as I got closer to it on my journey. I now realise my grandchildren don't care if I have this or that toy or activity. They just want to be able to visit their granny, have space to play, have a sleepover and make memories with me. My stuff was never going to enable me to do that. My advice to anyone who isn't on their journey is it's never too late to try something different. You might surprise yourself at what a difference it actually makes. If you want to successfully clear your clutter, like Melissa, click on the link with this video and start your 7-step journey to your clutter-free life now.